I'd like to introduce you to your pelvis. Many people are very uncertain or confused sometimes of what a pelvic tilt is versus spinal flexion. On any exercise that focuses on the pelvis and pelvic tilts, you're trying to get relative motion back in your pelvis. So these are the front of your hip bones. If you were to touch them here, this is your pubic bone, tailbone, of course. And these wonderful beauties are your sit bones. I love that's where all of your weight sits on your sit bones. So for those of you that sit in a chair and put all the weight in the pubic bone, this is a spot that's supposed to release tension. This is amazing for capturing it. So if you're looking at this front on, if your belly button existed somewhere around there, I guess, as you inhale, your pelvis is actually ideally, this is exaggerated, but as you inhale, it opens. And as you exhale, they close a little. This is why you inhale and exhale differently in squats. But as you inhale, your pelvic floor actually broadens to catch your organs that are coming down. Then as you exhale and you close that, it shoots the pelvic floor up. You want the ability of shooting it up. The cool thing is everything above here goes up, everything below goes down. So if you think about when things have to be excreted from your bottom, from your body, as you exhale, those sit bones widen and it pushes things out, babies, other stuff. But as you exhale, do you have that ability to move that? Look at the SI joints are down there too. Inhale. And the reason they close is your pelvic floor is coming down. It actually closes so your organs can shoot down. And then when you exhale, again, pelvic floor lifts up. So all the other stuff, think about it, your bladder is further down, your colon is further down. It's not up here. The other thing about that is if you have one hip bone, this is generally your left, this is the left side of the pelvis. So your left side is tilted forward. Look what it does to the sacrum. Your right one back. Your whole spine turns towards the side that's closest to it. Look from a bird's eye view. It's turned. Look at the SI joints. More importantly, look at that pelvic floor. If I tilt it, if you're looking from the bottom, the doctor view, look at the difference where your tailbone is in relation to your left sit bone. Your left sit bone's closer in. Your whole spine starts to turn. Your sacrum turns. This is the piece of bone. This is the sacrum at the end of the spine. There's the end of your spine. This is your sacrum. It's all fused. And then your little tailbone. This is the piece we're trying to control. And your two pelvic bones live off of that. Walking releases. Your hip bones move. Your leg bones move. That's a groovy walk. But usually we just get stuck in that position and we walk. We more like jump like bunny rabbits. This is why it's really important that we restore side to side movement. So whenever you lift one leg up in tabletop, your pelvis is going to adjust to that one leg. Your sacrum will actually turn to the side that's in tabletop. So one-legged stuff restores this quite easily. As the last point, this again is your sacrum here. Your SI joints are there. You have a back and you have a front to your SI joints. When you lay on the floor in our natural Pilates, your legs go up, your knees here, and then your feet go down to the floor. This allows you to open up this part of your sacrum, your body, your pelvic floor, because there's some pelvic floor that's attached to this. So when you inhale, remember the inhale opens that up. And then when you exhale, it should get heavier on the floor. Now, if you're trying to force it, it won't actually work. Inhale, this opens. There's from a bird's eye view. And exhale, you try to just get heavier. Inhale, it opens again. Bird's eye view. It opens. Exhale, it does move up. You won't feel it as much, but you just get heavier. That's what we're after. When you're putting your feet up in tabletop or on the wall, this changes everything quite a bit. Instead of this piece of your sacrum opening, We're now at the bottom of the tailbone. We're trying to open up through the sit bones when we put our legs in 90 degrees. This should not be jammed, or you won't be able to get your leg past 90 degrees. You can't get it into hip flexion. That, if you look, brings you back into an anterior pelvic tilt. That's when we dump the hip bones forward. So our legs up are trying to let you release this posterior compression, this aggravated clench that you might have at one side or the other. That's generally why our legs roll in different ways, is what is actually happening down here. This is what we cover in classes. And I hope that this was a nice explanation to you of what's happening inside your little gaffers here as you inhale, exhale, as you walk, as you breathe, as you squat. It's got to be able to go through all these phases. That's why some people get stuck at a position 90 degrees. They can't get lower than their bum, maybe their thighs parallel to the ground. They can't reposition this little sacrum. We'll cover that in classes, in our bridges, in our sit-ups, in our one-legged lifts. Thank you.